Hello and welcome back. In the last section, we created a sign-up form. We added styles to the sign-up form. We created a client-side validation using jQuery. We also performed a server-side validation. And we saw how to insert data to the database, as well as email verification. Now in this section, we are going to be adding the login form. Also create a client-side validation with jQuery, and also server-side validation. And also we are going to be getting the user data from the sign-up table we have in the database. So if the table or the data is not found in the table, we're going to display an error. Otherwise, the user will successfully log in and go to the home page of the application. Now, as a mini challenge, I would want you to create a login form that would look like this sign-up form. For the login form, we have just two inputs: an input field for email and an input field for password. What I would recommend, or I would suggest to you, is you can just copy the form you have inside of the signup.php, then paste it inside the new form that you create for that will hold the login form. So just pause this video, go ahead and create the form, after which you can continue with the video. Now, I hope you managed the challenge. Now, to add the login form, the first thing we need to do, need to go back to our test editor. Then under the user folder, we can create a form, and we call it login underscore form.php. So this is the form that or the file that we hold the form for login. Now what we need to do is we can just go to the signup.php, copy everything we have here, then go to this login underscore form.php, then we paste it inside. So right now we have some templates we can use. What we need to do is we just remove what we don't really need. So we start from this part. We can just take this out because we are not making use of insert.php. We take this out. Then the next thing we need to do is we can change this to CRUD application user login. Then the next thing, we can also change this to please login, or we say please login. Then we take all this PHP echo statement out of here. We are not needing it right now. Now for the method for the form, we leave it as post. For the class, we still use the form horizontal. Now the only thing, or the form fields that we need, are email and password. So we take out the first name and the last name. So we take them out. Then also what we need to do now is we change the input type name for the submit button. For the submit button, the name, we can call it login. Then for the ID, we can call it log underscore in, or you can give it whichever name that you like, log underscore in. I'll call it log underscore in. Then we leave every other class as they are. Now we can just save this. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to call this form inside the index.php, just as the way we did for the sign up form. So we go to the index.php file, then under the tab content, the div with the class tab content, we can remove this login test we have, then copy this PHP include statement, then we paste it here. Now what we need to change now is we need to change the name of the file. So we have login underscore form. That is the name of the file we added our login form in. So we just save this. Now with this, we have been able to create the login form, added all the necessary HTML elements that we need, then included the form inside the index.php. Right now we can go to our browser, refresh the page, and view the form. So go to our browser, refresh the page, then we click on login, and this is how the login form looks like. So we have just the email and the password. Here for the sign up, we have email, first name, last name, and password. So if we go back this, in the next video I will show you how we can start adding validations to the login form.